Well, that don't look like I'm getting anything. Okay. That wasn't awesome. I lost my peeps. I guess I'm just going to sit here for a second and hope that someone shows up. Oh, what's up, Brad? Hey, one person came to say what's up. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't know what happened. The software just kind of glitched out. Back at you, dude. I do. I appreciate you very much. I was trying to show you guys this Lily James picture. And apparently, whatever I did, I just now got my last video flagged. I don't even know what I did to make that happen. However, it's not monetized now. Let's see. Lily James is Pam Anderson. Look, this is the whole point right here. Look at that. Damn. She really does look like Pam Anderson, right? On the left there. That's Lily James. That's Lily James, man. Got myself a redneck rave going on by myself over here. Wee, buddy. What's up, Patrick McCabe, Lizard King? Patrick McCabe and Lizard King. That's not all one person. Mark McKeever. When you mention Candyman 3 times, the live ends abruptly. I don't know what happened. Seriously, I don't know what happened on my end. It says the connection was all good. It's just facts of life. So I guess when this is said and done, I'm gonna take the two of them. I'm gonna Frankenstein monster them together for the audio version. But it looks like this week there's gonna be 2 different lives. Which it's whatever, you know. I'm working it out, dude. I'm working through things here. Long Matey 80. What up, dude? Razzle Squad. He's back. You're back. We're back. Luckily, some of you guys came back. I really do appreciate that. I was afraid I lost everyone, but luckily, some of you guys came to keep me company. Oh, excuse me, there, Australian lady. Didn't mean to interrupt your thing. Razzle Squad. Jeremy, give me my money, you son of a bitch. Oh, man, I wish. So anyways, Candyman, that's what I was trying to get to. This Candyman trailer just now dropped. And as I said at the top of the last live stream, which you can find right here on the Movies Are Terrible Live YouTube channel, I love the original Candyman movie. It is one of the few horror films that don't have any sharks in them that actually scared the fuck out of me. Like, I saw it when I was 10, so, you know, take from that what you will. My father was building the house that we were moving into at the time, and you know there were walls, but there was no insulation. There were windows, but there was no blinds. It was like this house is just getting built, and he's building the whole thing. I mean, he had a couple buddies that were helping him, but I was sleeping on the floor in what was going to be my bedroom. I had a TV set up in there. You know, there's electricity running and stuff, and I remember watching Candyman, and being totally freaked out by it. And I've watched it a bunch since then, and it's one that's always worked for me. I think it's almost more like a really dark gothic love story more than it is a slasher film, even though there's a pretty high body count. But I always found it incredibly fascinating, and it definitely deals with race through the lens of white liberalism, which I think is cool and a perspective that I can appreciate. However, there is a documentary on Shudder called Horror Noir, which is very much about the African-American connection to horror films and kind of that legacy. And it's a bunch of African-Americans, black folks that are talking about it who have a whole different perspective than I do. And it turns out people are kind of split on the way that it portrayed things in it, and I find that side of the discussion to be really fascinating anyways. So all of that said is just kind of preamble to set up. I watched the trailer for the remake. I really liked the guy, I don't want to butcher his name, but the guy who played, he ended up Dr. Manhattan. I don't want to say more than that, but Candyman trailer, the cutouts in motion were awesome to watch. Yes, they were. Okay, so I can't think of his name. It's like, it's very difficult to remember. Mbathara, I believe. No, different person. Okay, anyways, I like him. He's really good. I've seen him in a couple things. He's Black Manta in Aquaman. And he looks to be, if I'm not mistaken, this is what I've heard, the baby from the original Candyman. And he's got this fascination with the urban legend. He looks to be an artist, moving into a new home. I think his mother is actually Vanessa Williams, who starred in the first one. And this is kind of his descent into madness, similar to the way that Helen became way too up close and personal with this urban legend. It looks like he's kind of spiraling into obsession. We all know where it's going to end up, right? I mean, I have no inside information. It's really obvious he's Candyman. Like, there's no question that he's going to end up spiraling and becoming Candyman. And it does look like they actually retconned the origin, which I mentioned in the poll. Is that what those things are called? Polls? And the reason why I think they retconned it is because, as Mark McKeever just now brought up, there's this really great storytelling device that they use that actually reminds me quite a bit of the Bram Stoker's Dracula silhouetted paper dolls thing, but it's delivering exposition about Candyman's backstory. And it basically is that there was a guy who was always giving out candy, and then some kids ended up dying from razor blades in their candy. So the police assumed it was this guy who was known as Candyman, so they went and murdered him. But then these razor blade deaths kept happening, so they killed the wrong man. Are the police involved with it? I'm sure there's going to be a reimagining of the character from a different perspective, and I think today, that's great. You know, the original Candyman was made for somebody like more, I hate to even say that, but was made for somebody with my perspective. Maybe it could open the eyes of some other people that weren't as, familiar with inner city and urban development and the way all that stuff works. However, the fact that this new one seems to be from a black perspective, I like that. We already did the other thing. In fact, there's a couple sequels to the original, which I've never seen. Probably going to keep it that way. I know that the second one takes place in New Orleans, which is kind of almost a reason for me to watch it because I fucking love that city. But yeah, I think the new trailer looks great. I think it looks really good. It definitely has the potential to be a modern good horror movie. The fact that it's called Candyman very much reminds me of, Halloween a couple years ago, 2018. That same idea of like, we're rebooting it, but we're still acknowledging the history of the franchise. I think Tony Todd's actually going to be in this Candyman movie. But at one point they're like, Candyman's not a man. It's the whole swarm, I believe is the whole hive is what he says. I think he's referring to the police being a hive. Well, I didn't see Spiral, but isn't Spiral kind of just about like corrupt cops as well? I don't mean to like condense it down to its most rudimentary and then say, oh, it's all the same. But like, I feel like this idea of black filmmakers reconciling the injustices going on in the country right now. This is a good way to do it. Horror is a great medium for that. Jordan Peele is no stranger to using social and cultural commentary within the works of his horror, and I think his films are great for it. I know a lot of people are like, keep politics out of my movies or whatever, and that's fine. People, you can totally think that, but like, think about it if you were an artist. Like, say you're a musician and somebody's like, yeah, that might move you, but stop singing love songs. It's just like, fuck you. Just don't listen to the shit. You don't want to hear what I have to say? Fine, there's a million other people you can listen to. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up every once in a while. Just, yeah. Anyways, I'm excited about it. I think it's got potential. I've been waiting for it to come out for a while. I don't think it's going to be, masterpiece, top tier filmmaking. However, a lot of people would say that Bernard Rose's 1992 film wasn't like a masterpiece. I disagree. I think Bernard Rose's film was fantastic. And hopefully Nia DaCosta can recapture some of that magic. I am definitely going to be keeping an eye out for it. Rick J, the Cat Drums. What's up, guys? The Cat Drums 3, also the original Cabrini Green isn't around, so it can't. So it was the retcon isn't even that bad, as the original story is completely different location and era. Candyman 2 is good and 3 is bad, I believe I lost the comment. Let's see here. I saw the Candyman trailer, but it's basically a remake of Nightmare on Elm Street 2, but with a villain swap. That's a really good point, Cat Drums 3. It's similar. I do feel like we're going down the more traditional Candyman route. I know there's a ton of other movies that I can't think of right now, but where the investigator gets so wrapped up in the story that they become the story. Oh, The Midnight Meat Train, which is another Clive Barker that had Vinnie Jones and Bradley Cooper in it. Shit movie, but same kind of deal. Clive Barker does that a lot. Or like, what are some other movies? You guys let me know. I mean, it's kind of a trope. Like the person gets too close and they end up getting their, they get in the muck. They get down in the muck with the thing that is the subject of their research. I would come up with a name for it if I was clever. Unfortunately, Caleb's not here, so all you get is me. Mitchell Gilbert, what's up? Welcome to the conversation. Glad to see that you stopped by. I thought he was like the Candyman's son or some bullshit. I don't know, though. Probably not. If I'm not mistaken, it's the baby from the first one. God, dude, Vanessa Williams, she looks exactly the same age. She looks amazing in this movie. I'm telling you, just Google a picture of her. She looks fucking amazing, dude. That there's something to the black don't crack thing, I think, because she hasn't aged a day. It's pretty amazing. Jeremy, what are your predictions for Loki? I told you my predictions in your review video comment section today. I will go check that out. I am pretty lost. Derek Benson, what's up, buddy? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. One-time neighbor, Derek Benson. Welcome to the conversation. Yeah, I've been putting in some effort to that over the past few days, past week or so. So I appreciate you noticing. Second one is good in regards to Candyman, I think. Scream 5 is just Scream 2, yeah. Tony Todd is Candyman again in the film. We will see. I think he will be a version of Candyman. I don't know what they're doing with Candyman in this one. So we will definitely see. Somebody said, hey, Rick J, I think I said what's up, but thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate the shouts. Let's see here. Okay, this is from Cat Jumps 3 as well. The original Candyman has a great commentary on slasher films on a subtextual layer, so I'm interested to see what they can do with its other layers. Completely agree, as it is a masterpiece. Hell yeah, dude. And you know what one of my favorite things about Candyman is, and something I'll never forget, is the Philip Glass theme. The da-na-na-na-na. I would play it right now because I love it so much. And they use it in the new trailer, but it's more of like an electric piano instead of being like a music box kind of glockenspiel sound, like more like bells is what it sounded like in the original. And this one, I guess it sounded like a piano. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's a harpsichord. I don't know, but it was much more percussive. The new one's more smooth, like sounds more like an electric piano. You get the sound. Isa says, I haven't even heard of Candyman until maybe a week ago. It's old, dude. It's old. Every once in a while, I have to reconcile how fucking old I am. We'll talk about it in a minute. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is like 15 years old. What the fuck? Why does that seem like it just came out like 5 years ago, man? Crazy. Thank you. I'm glad you like my water bottle. It's kind of small. Next time I think I'm going to get something big, for like a big thirst, because this is almost just like a sip. You take one sip and it's empty. You got to go refill it. Did you see that? It's weird hearing me swear. Oh, goodness. Caden, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Oh, yeah. That's a Holden thing, the like not cursing on video thing. I'm a real mess. I'm a real mess, Caden. You'll see. Are you watching Cobra Kai? Asks Rick J. Dude, I have seen Cobra Kai like 5 times. Oh, good night, Hummingbirder. Thank you very much for stopping by. Get you some rest. Love from Florida. Back at you all the way over in Sweden. Always a pleasure. Yes, Rick, I love Cobra Kai. It's one of my favorite series. I've watched every season a handful of times. I'm very excited for it to come back. I can't say that it's not super cheesy, because it is. A lot of the teen high school stuff is just silly, but they play it for silly. But man, I love Johnny as a character so much. I, have a long time affection for the Karate Kid. I'd say the franchise, but really just the first movie. After that, I couldn't really give a shit. But that first one's fantastic. So yes, I love Cobra Kai. I love the use of music. I love this kind of recontextualization of the roles of what makes a protagonist and an antagonist. And from what I understand, this whole thing kind of was inspired by a joke on Big Bang Theory. I've never seen the show. That might not be right, but I think I remember hearing somebody mentioning how Daniel was the villain in the original series, so it like kind of just built off of that. I know this is a thing that's been discussed a lot, but if I'm not mistaken, it originated on Big Bang Theory. Caden says, you can tell it's been a big change since Netflix took the reins. Season 3, there's a Netflix feel to it, more swearing as an example. Yeah, bigger budget. Definitely, looks more polished now. I can't say that the third season is my favorite, though. The first season was just a banger. I really, really liked it, but I've enjoyed all of it. Once it gets into, like, deep canon stuff, like, I didn't even know who the guy that he met up with in Japan was. Like, I haven't even seen that Karate Kid 4. I think Karate Kid 3. Yeah, Karate Kid 3, because Hilary Swank was the next Karate Kid. She'll probably be coming back in the next season, I suspect. But then again, she's like an actual actor, so maybe not. Well, Elizabeth Shue came back, so yeah, they might be able to get her. That'd be cool. I guess. I never saw that movie, but, I'm here for it. I really do like Cobra Kai. That's, like, you can see I'm big late 80s, early 90s guy. Like, my whole aesthetic. Like, I love that shit. I am also a very old millennial who is nostalgic for an era that I didn't really know. Like, I love Stranger Things, but I was 8 when the 80s were over. So, like, I don't really remember the 80s. I remember a 6-year-old's version of the 1980s. And, man, it was super carefree. Like, I didn't have anything to worry about. Though, like, the weight of the world wasn't crushing me yet. Oh, I'm just kidding. Things are good. There's an 83% chance he would like it. Let's see. Everyone is mad about Superman bullet thing at the Suicide Squad, but I'll take that over a badly framed shot like Shazam had. I don't know what you're talking about. I need to look into this. The Cat Drums 3. Oh wow. Steve Vai in season 4. That would be fantastic. Yeah, that would be fantastic. Definitely like Steve Vai. Great guitar player. One of those one of the elites, who was the other one? It was Steve Vai and there was another guy right at that same era. I wouldn't have been able to name Steve Vai if you didn't just now post it in there, but I definitely remember he just ripped like all the time. Like super melodic shit though, like super cool. Oh, while we're on the subject of 80s themes that just really hit me, when I saw the Top Gun trailer for Maverick in the theater when I was watching A Quiet Place 2, and the bong, the bells, bong, I got chills all over. I was like, holy crap, I didn't even realize how much I love Top Gun, but I don't know that I really do. But God, dude, that soundtrack is just, it's really something. And I remember back in the day, like, I would go over to a friend's house and their dad, because it was always dads that were like the gearheads or the equipment, like electronics people. Hey man, I just now got surround sound. You got to check this out. And they put in Top Gun to the, the dogfight scene, and the planes fly over your head. Now you take that shit for granted, dude. Back in the day, that was like a big thing. Back in my day, yeah, you whippersnappers. You guys know I'm 60, right? 60 years old. Yep. Joe Satriani. Thank you, Rick J. Yes, Satriani and Vi. That's exactly right. I don't know which one I prefer. To be honest, right now, I couldn't tell you a lot of what their stuff was. I remember the big Steve Vai. It was like Summer Song or something like that. I gotta pull this up now. Can't listen to it, but I want to know if that's what the name of the song was. I will check that out, Cat Drums 3. Appreciate it.